Freeholder Director Tom Arnone, and I'm here today with our County Clerk, Christine Hanlon, to talk about, in mainly the Archives Division, but maybe touch on some of the Clerk's office functions. Great to see you, Christine. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me,
So
Freeholder.
before we get on to the main focus of today, Archives Division, maybe you could give a little insight on some of the Clerk's functions. And I know you're very busy, and it's really amazing all the work that you do out of the Clerk's office.
Thank you, Tom. A lot of people don't realize that the county clerk has several different divisions that fall under the jurisdiction of the county clerk's office. One of the most important functions is the recording and preservation of land records in the county. And that's probably one of the biggest functions of the clerk's office. And that role dates back to the New Jersey Constitution. And it is basically the central location where people file their property records relating to deeds, mortgages, any type of land transfer, subdivision maps, and things like that.
You know, it's amazing because obviously even before I came here, you know, you really don't realize the importance of your office. It really starts and you know, expands throughout the whole county, all the functions that go through there. It's a very, very important job, and you know, and you do it well. But then we have this division of, that we call the Archives Division, which really I knew nothing about before I came on there. And then I saw how detailed it was in your office. So what type of records does the Archives Division have?
Well, basically the Archives Division has records relating to all different aspects of Monmouth County history. We have millions of records that we store, and the Archives Division is located in the lower level of the library in Manalapan. And we have about 13 people who work at the Archives Division. And it was founded many years ago by County Clerk Jane Clayton as a way to really preserve and protect our county's historical records because they were not being kept well at the time. And the county invested in creating this Archives Division. And I have to say, it's very unusual because we're one of the only counties that has a specialized Archives Division where we preserve the county's most historic and precious records. We have records like marriage records, slavery records, property records, records from the Revolutionary War. We have original documents from the Civil War. So many people come into our location to do research for books or research their homes, research their family history.
Don't you have the ability to go back into history and people's family trees?
Yes. So
which
people
I found
come
to be
in.
Really amazing.
Yes, people come in and do quite a bit of genealogical research. And we have a designated research assistant, which many people are not aware of. Our historians in the county and our researchers are aware of this because they come in and they use our services regularly. But we have a dedicated research assistant that can help people and point them in the right direction as to, you know, what type of documents we have and what can be found. And it's really so interesting to think about what we actually have there. In this division.
And it's amazing you touched a little bit on people that are really familiar with it. And with that, coming up sometime in the near future, you'll have your Archives Day, which is really special. And I've been fortunate enough to be invited by yourself and former County Clerk Claire French there to that day, which is really an amazing day. And maybe you could elaborate and talk a little bit about what that day consists of and when you usually hold this day.
Yes, so for over 20 years, the Archives Division has hosted what we call Archives and History Day in Monmouth County. And it takes place in the lower level, actually in the upper level of the Manalapan Library every year in early October. And the reason why it's in October is because October is National Archives Month. So it's a day where we commemorate, you know, the importance of keeping archives and preserving our history and knowing what our past was like. So that's why we have it in October every year. And it's a wonderful day where all of our historical organizations throughout the county and some from around the state come and have tables and show what they have to offer. We have speakers and presentations people, the public can come and learn and enjoy what we have to offer.
It's amazing because there's so much history from Monmouth County, and quite frankly, new people come aboard, and obviously they don't know about that history. So to have a division like this is really special. But I know it's complicated, and it's very detailed, and it's hard to keep balance, but we do it very well, and led by your leadership there. And I know this year is going to be a little bit special. You're going to be recognizing and honoring
yes.
individuals?
Yes, we do. We don't know who they are yet.
Okay. And we're
We have
not going to divulge that right now.
every year we solicit applications and nominations for 2 awards. One of the awards is relatively new. The other one has been in existence for a long time. So the one that's been in existence for a long time is the Jane Clayton Archives Award. And people submit nominations as to deserving individuals who have made an impact on preserving history. Oftentimes it's an author or a historian of some kind. And then recently we established the M. Claire French Leadership in Historic Preservation Award. And that award is a little bit different, and it focuses on honoring, it could be an organization, it could be an elected official, it could be a town, and really just honoring whoever it is who took the steps to do some type of preservation. So, for instance, last year it was a historical association. It didn't have to be
Yes, I
one
remember being
person.
there. Yes.
It could be a town who, which took steps to preserve a
Was it
piece of
Spring Lake
property.
there at one
It was the Spring Lake
Yes,
Historical Association last year. So even if there's a town or who took steps to create a landmark area or preserve a certain area, so it's really broad. With respect to the Claire French Award. But every year we solicit nominations for these 2 awards, and we give out
when
the
do you
awards
announce
at
these?
the event. Right before the event, we start to advertise. So it'll be in early October, late September, when we advertise who will be the recipients of these awards. But this year we're also doing something very special, which relates to the celebration of the year, the 100th anniversary of the year that
Right.
women were granted the right to vote,
That's
which is going to be next year. However, this year we are showcasing Monmouth County notable women over the years. And my archives division and some volunteers from all over the county put together an exhibit and also a wonderful publication about whatever the exhibit's going to be. And this year it's notable women in the county, and they've just done
That's
such a
great.
wonderful job, and we will be showcasing that this year, and we will have a speaker touching on the suffrage movement.
It's really special. I mean, people do not realize, people think the county is buildings, grounds, roads, which it is, and it's a very vital part, but all these internal stuff led by your leadership there and the people that work for you. You have a great staff. It's a
sure
credit
do.
to you.
Thank you.
And what you have done and accomplished there, and I personally know that, and we appreciate that as
you.
the county freeholders. We appreciate what you offer, because at the end of the day it makes our county even better, and it gives that information, and it gives the history of what we're all about. So it was an honor and a pleasure to be able to interview you and host this show today, and please check out and look at Monmouth in Focus. It's a great station that people should get all their information here about Monmouth County, and it was even more special having Christine Hanlon on the show with me today. Thank you.